I'm Paula Marantz-Cohn, Dean of the Pennoni Honors College at Drexel University. Congratulations to those of you who have been accepted into our custom designed major. And those who have been accepted to Drexel and want to learn more about custom design, welcome to you. Our college is unique in the variety and depth of its offerings. Among these is our custom design major, a program for exceptionally motivated students who want to design their own tailored field of study. Dr. Kevin Egan, Director of Academic Programs for the Pennoni Honors College, supervises the major, and he will tell you more about how it works and what the coursework and programming required consist of.
Hi, again, I'm Kevin Egan, and I'm the Director of Academic Programs for the Pennoni Honors College. As the director, I oversee the custom design major, and I've done so for the last 9 years. In fact, I helped to launch the major in 2011. And during these 9 years, the custom design major has grown from 4 early adopters to over 40 students currently, with over 60 graduates in that time. These current students and graduates, much like yourself, wanted to take greater ownership of their college education. And this is precisely what the custom design major does. It empowers students to define their own learning goals and to chart out a path that will enable them to achieve those goals. It does this by helping students to design their own plans of study and that draw across multiple disciplines at the university. Custom design students will identify a central thread to their major and then draw from 3, 4, sometimes even 5 different fields in helping to holistically and comprehensively pursue that thread. As I get started with this presentation, I just want to note that this is for both students who have already been accepted into the major and those who are just learning about our major now. There will be further information about the application process near the end of the presentation. The custom design major brings together a diverse group of students with interests that span an array of many different fields. But if there's one thing that unites this group, it is that they are all problem solvers. And I think that this quote from philosopher of science Karl Popper really captures the essence of our students. While the quote might be from 1963, it still holds true today, especially as today's problems are more interconnected and global in scope. Our students don't see the world broken down into categories like biology, sociology, or economics. Instead, they recognize that there are problems, issues, topics, and ideas that aren't captured by just one field or discipline. Custom design students are students of problems, and they want to take a creative and holistic approach to understanding and solving those problems. The story of one of our early graduates, Chelsea, is a perfect example of how students come to the major as problem solvers and capitalize on what it has to offer to achieve their goals. In this picture, you can see Chelsea working on a knitting machine in the Functional Fabrics Lab here at Drexel. She started off at Drexel as a fashion design major, one of the university's many truly excellent and rigorous programs. However, after spending a term studying abroad in London, Chelsea had an epiphany about the fashion industry and realized how truly unsustainable many of its practices are. When she first met with me, she said that she wanted to figure out how to improve the fashion industry by making more sustainable materials. So I asked her what she thought she would need to learn to make that happen, and she replied that she would like to still study fashion, but that she would also need to incorporate coursework from environmental studies, chemistry, physics, and even material science and engineering. These fields became the core of Chelsea's plan of study. And during her time in the custom design major, we also helped Chelsea secure a research co-op in Drexel's Functional Fabrics Lab. And it was there that she began to develop her own research agenda, exploring knit patterns for aesthetic materials. That is, materials that when stretched one way would actually expand the opposite direction, applications for which involve things like performance wear and bandages for burn victims. Now, if that sounds impressive, it's because it was. And Chelsea went on to win a National Science Foundation graduate fellowship that helped to pay for her schooling en route to earning a PhD in material science and engineering here at Drexel. And this is what custom design majors do. They see problems, they strategize, and they solve those problems. And let me be very clear, you've already done this by virtue of applying to and being accepted into the major. You engaged in the act of problem solving by creating your own major, which is certainly no small feat. What you will find in the custom design major is a system of support and opportunity to help you along the way as you tackle the problems, issues, and identifies that you have identified. From automatic acceptance into the STAR program, which offers intensive faculty-mentored research opportunities during the summer between your first and sophomore years, to the guidance of faculty experts, innovative peers, and a knowledgeable academic advising team, you will find that you can gain access to the exceptional resources that Drexel has to offer while also receiving individualized attention and assistance. And having a really attentive and responsive advising team is especially important given, as I've mentioned previously, that the custom design major represents a really diverse group of student interests. Working alongside faculty mentors, we have helped students achieve a wide array of custom design plans of study. The ones listed here are just a small subset of the total that the major has helped support. And as you can imagine, these plans have drawn widely across the campus, incorporating design fields, business, biology, communications, engineering, digital media, history, environmental science, economics, health sciences, psychology, sociology, and public health, just to name a few. The current and following slides demonstrate posters that were created by custom design major students during their first years in the program. One of the core principles and skills necessary to be successful in the custom design major is the ability of the student to effectively communicate what he or she is pursuing. This helps with self-advocacy, academic success, research opportunities, and, of course, co-op and job interviews. Undoubtedly, the ability to communicate effectively is highly sought after by employers, and we make it a point to emphasize this skill set early on in the major. In fact, we build such an emphasis in as a core part of our first year 101 and 102 course sequence. In these classes, students will become acquainted with what it means to undertake a self-directed plan of study, as well as how to successfully communicate their work to broad audiences. The goal is for students to develop their communication skills in service of demonstrating the value of their custom design major. They become very adept at telling their story. While students are building the foundational knowledge and skill sets in their particular areas of study, they also develop the ability to self-advocate, be self-starters, work both independently and collaboratively, and undertake creative problem solving through the very nature of the custom design major itself. Through the time of the application process and the core curriculum of the major, we work with students to highlight these skill sets, and the 101 and 102 classes play a special role in that preparation. These two courses culminate with a public poster presentation at the conclusion of the 102 class. The poster presentation is an opportunity for students to gain practice in discussing their plans of study. They have found the session a useful way to visually demonstrate their custom design majors. It allows them to gain comfort and confidence in talking through their goals, plans, experiences, and skills in a succinct and compelling way. The posters that they've included here are representative of the kind of excellent work that is consistently achieved by our students. And in fact, some students have continued to use these posters throughout their undergraduate careers by turning them into handouts that they distributed at co-op and job interviews. In terms of those co-op and job interviews, custom design majors have been extremely successful, landing outstanding opportunities. And those listed here are just some of the highlights. Not mentioned among these are the multiple entrepreneurship co-ops awarded to custom design students by the Close School of Entrepreneurship. This includes Colin Cavoti, one of the very first Close School Entrepreneurship co-op students. During his co-op and as part of his senior capstone project, Colin launched his own company called Biome, which creates residential style biowalls. Imagine plant installations about the size of a large flat screen TV that were meant for improving the quality of living in workspaces. He is now operating his business out of Oakland, California, after securing multiple rounds of seed funding as a student. In a short period of time, the custom design major has created a track record of demonstrated success. As the students quoted here have noted, the major has contributed to their academic and professional accomplishments. Class of 2016 graduate Nicole Vassir states, "The biggest strength of my major has been that it demonstrates my ability to set a goal and achieve it. Most importantly, it's taught me how to recognize a problem, how to build a solution with few or no guidelines, and how to seek out mentorship and guidance to enhance that process." In class of 2015 graduate Michael Schulte states, "The custom design major program has bolstered my ability to tear down the barriers between the classroom and the rest of the world, to contribute positively to my community and engage others, to commit to lifelong learning and thinking outside of the box, to fully integrate science, industry, and art." We owe this success in large part to the excellent opportunities that abound throughout Drexel. But an even more important part of that success story is you. The students who are drawn to us have the vision, creative impulse, innovative spirit, and determination to capitalize on those opportunities. And we are extremely excited to have you join those ranks in the fall. Now, I recognize that many of you viewing this video right now have already been accepted into the custom design major. And so information on the application process isn't really relevant to you. But often there are students who are just learning about the program. They know that Drexel is the right university for them, but they aren't certain if they found the right major. Or maybe they know that they want to take advantage of Drexel's excellent co-op program, but the major they're particularly interested in isn't offered at the university. So if this sounds like you, I encourage you to learn more about the application process. There is a separate application process for the custom design major, and we really want to emphasize the idea of process because we are here to work with you on your materials to better ensure that the custom design major is the right fit for your academic and professional goals and interests. You've already applied and been accepted to Drexel, so no need to revisit the common application. What we really want to focus on now is your vision moving forward and the application materials you would develop to create your own major that will help you achieve that vision. There are two primary pieces to the application portfolio, the vision statement and the plan of study. You don't need to worry about the letters of recommendation since you've already submitted those with your Drexel application. The vision statement and plan of study work together to provide a comprehensive understanding of what you are proposing. As you work on your vision statement, think about the following. What are your academic and professional goals? What do you want to learn and why? Also, think about how you will achieve these goals. Consider what fields you would draw from and how they will help you along the way. Finally, you should really make a clear case for why the custom design major is the best way for you to do this. Why is your proposal unique, and why does it merit a customized degree rather than a more traditional combination of majors and minors? The plan of study accompanies the vision statement as a sort of roadmap for how you will achieve your vision. You will be able to select courses from Drexel's offerings and build up a plan of study, term by term, over the course of your full 4 or 5 years at Drexel that demonstrate the fields and types of coursework from which you would draw to develop the knowledge and skills to articulate your vision in your statement. Again, I want to reiterate that this is a process, and we do not expect you to go it alone in developing these materials. If you're interested in applying or would just like to learn more, I encourage you to contact us. We are really excited at the prospect of you joining us in the fall. By becoming part of the custom design major community, you're joining a group of innovative and visionary students. And of course, we are here to assist you along the way. There's so much more to discuss, and the problems you want to solve, issues you want to address, and ideas you want to explore merit much, much more conversation. And that is why we encourage you to contact us. And of course, should you have any questions, please do not hesitate to drop us a line. We look forward to talking with you soon. Thanks.